Stop copying Facebook ads. You're not playing your own game, you're playing someone else's game, and that's exactly why your ads are now getting crushed after Andromeda's update. When you copy an ad, you're fighting for the same audience with the same message, using the same psychological triggers as your competitors. Now, Meta's new algorithm sees this and punishes you for it. I'm Justin Lalonde, and I've spent over $20 million on Meta ads alone in the last 12 months, and I'm about to show you how to stop playing someone else's game and start dominating your own. So here, I want to bring your attention to an email that our team got in our inbox a couple of days ago from a newsletter we are subscribed to. It's actually one of the things that I make, I wouldn't say mandatory, but I recommend all of our team members subscribe to newsletters from this space because it keeps them like up to pace with what's happening in the e-com or D2C or ads space as a whole. I say this, by the way, one of the comments I got on my YouTube videos lately was, Justin, like, why don't you often talk about the impacts on the lead gen side? Keep in mind, anything happening on this channel is both true for e-com or lead gen, okay? There's literally zero difference between the two spaces. And I would even argue that e-commerce brands, they have to compete more on paid ads than lead gen businesses do because they have less of a moat than a lot of the lead gen businesses do, which therefore means that those e-com brands are usually more advanced in terms of ads. So you have everything to learn from the e-com brands, even if you're not in that space. Anyways, that aside, I want to read you an excerpt of that newsletter right here, which is talking about Rhodes by Hailey Bieber, okay? So let's read it together, okay? I've had many convos as of late that are similar to the one I'm about to describe. I've had to be harsh and I don't like to be harsh, but either I'm harsh or the finance team is harsh, so allow me. Rhode is often stated as an example of ad creative. Brands want to look like Rhode online. Brands want to advertise like Rhode online. Rhode is subtle because it can be, okay? And let me make that bigger right here, because Hailey Bieber is beloved and world famous and powerful because the brand has become established, because the brand succeeds organically. When you're one, read by a Bieber, two, you've done numbers, three, you can grow without relying on paid, you can get away with a lot. You can be cool. You can say nothing and just showing the products will work. But here's where this becomes a discussion. If your brand is one, new, two, has yet to become a market leader, and three, cannot afford wiggle room on your CPA, you cannot act like Rhode in your ad creative unless you try it and it is within target of your goals. The soapbox part is that sometimes you cannot copy people who are out of your league. That is said with peace and love, but it is said without qualifiers. It is fun to tell a brand that, oh, sorry, we tried a Rhode thing about and it bumped because nobody knows about your brand. No. Is it fun to tell a creative director, sorry, we tried the Rhode example you sent and it was over $40 beyond a CPA target? No, it's not fun. Is it fun to look up to the brands that can stand on their name and celebrity and vibe? Yes. The goal is that over time you begin to really take up market share and you become known. Once you're known, you can say a lot less and get a lot more. But if you're new, unproven, unfamous, and lacking resources, aka cash, you can't do whatever you want unless the swing you want to take leads to incremental growth. You likely have to tell your story, but you can sure bring an aura and luxury and beauty into said story, but maybe saying nothing is not an option at the start. And it's important to accept that possibility and to accept it quickly. Okay, yapping aside, when I look into this, what this means is one thing that I try to speak about so much with clients. I was giving a talk lately in a group called the A Players Club. It's like a private club, if you want, for like a lot of online service-based businesses and coaches and info product business owners. And one of the guys in there asked me something along the lines of like, well, Justin, I am doing a very similar business style as like Cole Gordon, which Cole Gordon, for those of you who don't know, is like a very big sales trainer in the space. And he's like, can I just look at his ads and like copy it? Is it safe to say that like his ads are probably going to work for me? I gave him the analogy and compared him to like Iman Gadzhi, because the example I've given in that case was Iman Gadzhi specifically, okay, is arguably the biggest social media marketing kind of agency and digital products guru out there. Now, the thing is, Iman, from what was told perhaps a year and a half ago, I have a piece of content of his that quotes, they were making about 500 million views or impressions per month. Now, what that means is that even if he's spending, say, 7 figures per month on ads, he's never gonna have more impressions or reach than he would have had organically. So he is not outspending his organic reach, which therefore means that his ads, and usually that's what you see in his ads, they're very like product and most aware, very like CTA driven, very like, hey, you've probably seen me before. Right now you want to join my challenge. It's happening very soon. You don't want to miss it. But it's very like action driven, very product and most aware. And so therefore, if you, as any other guru in the space that does not have the same organic pull that he does, tried to copy him, it wouldn't work, because if you just did CTAs, like, your audience does not know of you, right? So it's like a different game. So that being said, this is like the same parallel, if you want, right here with Hailey Bieber and Rhode in the e-com space. It's like a lot of people are gonna look at the ads of Rhode and be like, oh, it's a very simple static ad with like just the product and nothing else. I should do the same. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, because how many impressions does someone with like 50 million followers get per month? Probably in the tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions impressions per month that she's getting organically. And so therefore, most of her advertising goes to people who are somewhat already knowledgeable of who she is. And she does so much PR and other non-paid related marketing that there's so much awareness about the brand that they don't need to do the same style of advertising that someone who's paid focused does. The best types of businesses or brands, okay, and here's like the tip for you in that video. The best types of businesses for you to look at and look into their paid ads are the ones that are primarily paid ads focused, which means they don't have a lot of followers, which means they don't do a lot of influencers or PR. So you know for a fact that they don't have an influencer army, and they have quite a lot of ads on their ad library and ads that have been live for a couple of months. Like, this is a needle in a haystack type of brand, because the truth is, any self-respecting brand who would have been running paid ads for a couple of months and is getting good traction, one, a byproduct of running ads means you get more followers. And two, if you care about profitability, you're probably going to invest into organic or influencers if you're a brand running paid ads. So very few businesses can you actually copy from. It would have to be someone who's like new and up and coming in this space, but seems to be doing good and got a few ads, but like they're still in their come up. Those are the perfect types of businesses to look at when it comes to like what ads they're running, because they're very like cold traffic focused in this case. So those are the ones to look at. But how do you find those? How do you come across those types of businesses? Honestly, there's no right or wrong way to like come across those, but very, very, very hard. It's probably just going to take you to spend hours, like I do sometimes, scrolling through ad libraries like in Atrea or Forplay.co, or for you to manually scroll through the ads library on Meta and like type in different keywords to try to find ads that are in the same space as you. It's probably going to be the only ways, to be honest, for you to actually come across those needle in a haystack type of brands. Or what I also like to do at times is try to pay attention to the ads I get served on my feed, and therefore look into like, okay, did they have a lot of followers? Is this person known in the space? No? Okay, interesting. Let me save this ad, go to their ad library. How long have they been running ads for? Oh, 3 months. Okay, wow. Okay, they've been running ads for some time. Let me see what they're running, right? But that's where like you end up realizing how subtle copying actually is, because would you copy somebody who's too big, you're copying into a different game. Like, these people, they're not playing the same game as you. Another great example, like a curveball, if you want, that I could throw at you. Even if it's a new brand, even if it's a new business, even if they don't have a lot of ads yet up and running, and you're like, oh wow, this is the needle and haystack that Justin was talking about. Are they bootstrapped, right? Like, are they spending their own money on paid ads? There's tons of new businesses which are powered by big VC money. Perhaps they just got $1 million, $2 million, $5 million in funding, which they're using that to fund their paid ads. So yes, they're running ads. Yes, they're new and up and coming, but they're funding ads unprofitably. So if you actually copy their ads, you wouldn't be profitable just like they are, but they can afford to be unprofitable because they're funded, whereas like you might be bootstrapped. So anyways, what I'm saying right here is like, copying only gets you so far. It's a very like coin flip type of mechanism, because one, I mean, you don't actually own the insights behind this ad creative, so that goes without saying. But two, you might be copying into the wrong game, and copying someone else's strategy doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work as well for you. So be very careful when you copy, okay? It's like, can you copy? You sure can, but know that this might not get you the success that you're thinking about. And it doesn't mean that if it's an ad that's been running for a long time, or it comes from a big brand, that it's actually a profitable ad or it would be profitable for you. So what I recommend you do instead is that you learn a process that I called ideation, which is literally coming up with net new ad concepts that you've created based on your research, based on your ideal client persona, based on your own business, even if it's a new product, even if it's a new offer, okay? And that process is detailed in that video pinned on my homepage on my channel. It's about 2 hours long. It is not just for e-com, it works just as well for any lead gen business businesses, okay? Check it out. It guides you through my whole ideation process. And if you want to work one-on-one with me to have me review your paid ads, offer, funnel, name it, and implement AI into your advertising processes, check out the description below and join our Ad Engine Inner Circle. And if you want us to run your ads for you, then you can also check out the description below and work with our agency. With that being said, I invite you to check out more videos on the channel for some marketing tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.